whosoever you want to speak, whatever they want to speak, however they want to speak, sing, dance, whatever. So, जो भी कुछ है वो आप ही का है और आप ही को समर्पित करने की हम कोशिश करते हैं. We will try to do things that would please you. And we will try to avoid things that will not please you or displease you. एक और announcement है. Somewhere during this week इस हफ्ते दरमियान I met a lady who used to be regular on our programs और अभी वो आते नहीं है. तो मैंने पूछा कि क्या हो गया. तो she said कि आप लोगों ने जो अनाउंस किया है कि बिल्कुल वो डेकोरम संभालने का और अच्छी तरह से बैठने का ये वो वगैरह वगैरह. तो इस लेडी को कुछ बैक प्रॉब्लम है एंड शी सेड कि आई कैन नॉट सिट ऑन द हार्ड चेयर. आई सिट ऑन अ इजी चेयर विथ माय बैक थोड़ी आराम से. सो आई सेड दैट इज परफेक्टली ऑलराइट. दैट इज परफेक्टली ऑलराइट. देखिए हमें एक ही चीज ध्यान में रखनी है एंड दैट इज कि बाबा इज वॉचिंग अस ऑल ड्यूरिंग दिस मीटिंग. मेरी ये बहुत पुरानी आदत है. जब भी मैं सेंटर पे भी जाता था तो ये जो बाबा का जो दरबार पोज का जो बड़ा फ्रेम है, I have not taken this as a picture. मैं उसको एक फोटोग्राफ नहीं समझता था और नहीं समझता हूं अभी भी. I take it कि वो खुद वहां बैठे हैं और उनके सामने हमें कैसे बैठना चाहिए, हमें क्या करना चाहिए, ये सब चीजें हमें ध्यान में रख के आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. Okay, Yasmin, you may now start your prayer, please.
Jai Baba.
Jai Mehra.
Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more and more and more and still yet more till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's daman till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai Meher Baba. Now, ये आशा पारेख एकदम वो घोड़े को कैसे वो रेस के लिए वो पकड़ के रखते वैसे शी इज जस्ट रेडी टू गो. मगर मैं उनको अभी भी नहीं जाने दूंगा.
कोई बात नहीं.
पहले I would like to call upon Meher Daruwala. She has something to read. So please, Meher.
Yeah. This is about the history of the prayer, which just now Yasmin just said it. A prayer for Baba lovers, commonly known as the beloved prayer, is read out in Mehrazad for the first time. Baba came to the hall on August 25th, 1959. After working with Kaikobad, the men assembled before him for some time, and Baba sat with his eyes closed. And he said that I have this prayer which I would like to narrate. But before that, I would like Aloba to perform the namaz Muslim prayer and then recite it. So that was done. And Arad directed to recite the Parvida prayer, which was a very good thing. And this is it. I just thought I'd like to share this with you all. Jai Baba.
Then Baba said, okay, last night when I was...
he was not well.
Last night when I was resting,
he was not well and he
my
thought
mind,
of it.
and I learned it by heart. यानी I jokingly he said कि मैंने उसको मेमोराइज कर दिया ताकि मैं आज आप लोगों के सामने ये प्रेयर देने के लिए भूल नहीं जाऊं. And then he dictated this prayer. So that is how the whole thing unfolded.
Correct.
चलो रेस का घोड़ा आशा जी भगाओ अभी गाड़ी. चलो जय बाबा.
जय बाबा. मैं प्रभु जी गा रही हूँ पहले. प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो. प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो. तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना लागे सुना. खाली घट में प्रेम भरो, खाली घट में प्रेम भरो. प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो. तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू, तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानू. मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू, मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानू. सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको, अब तो आकर बाह धरो. प्रभु जी हे प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो, मन में आन बसो. थैंक यू अंकल.
हाँ जी, अब बताइए आप बाबा के पास कैसे आए और हाउ डिड इट ऑल स्टार्ट.
चलिए आप म्यूट पे
जा रही हूँ.
हाँ
हेलो.
हाँ जी बोलिए.
सुनाई, हाँ सुनाई दे रहा है सम
जी हाँ
अंकल.
जी हाँ जी.
ओके. मैं थोड़ा सा मेरा अनुभव बताने जा रही हूँ. मैंने कभी भी मेहर बाबा का नाम सुना भी नहीं था, लेकिन जब मैंने मेरा बड़ा लड़का विवेक, जिसको मैंने मेरी किडनी 4 नवंबर 2015 में दी थी, तो वो 12 मार्च 2016 में बाबा के पास चला गया. तब मैं बहुत ही खराब हेल्थ प्रॉब्लम से गुजर रही थी. तभी मेरी बड़ी बहन मीना वो उमरी कर जी को जानती थी, इसलिए मेरी बहन ने उनको बात किया. मेरी बहन की हेल्थ बहुत खराब होती जा रही है और विवेक के बारे में सब कुछ बताया. उमरीकर ने कहा आप आशा को मेहराबाद समाधि पर लेके जाओ. फिर हम दोनों मेहराबाद बाय ट्रेन गए. 3-4 दिन एमपीआर में रहे. रोज समाधि पर सुबह शाम आरती अटेंड करते थे, लेकिन कुछ अलग एहसास होता था. मैं जब फर्स्ट टाइम समाधि पर गई और जैसे मैंने समाधि पर मेरा सर रखा, पता नहीं खूब रोना आया और रोई भी, लेकिन कुछ अच्छा सा फ्रेश एनर्जी का एहसास भी हुआ. दिन में भी जाकर समाधि के अंदर वहां अंदर जाकर बैठती थी. मैंने बहुत सी खुशी वहां पाई, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था. बाद में जब मैं मुंबई आई, तभी उमरीकर ने मेरे साथ बात की और कहा आशा तुम बॉम्बे में रहती हो ना. मैंने बोला हाँ. तो कहा तुम मुंबई में बाबा सेंटर पर जाया करो, अच्छा लगेगा. वहाँ साइरस को मिलना. साइरस का मुझे नंबर दिया. मैंने साइरस से फोन पर बात की और मेरी बहन राकेश जी को भी जानती थी. राकेश जी से उसने बात किया कि आशा को थोड़े थोड़े से मैसेज बाबा के भेजा करो, तो उसको थोड़ी अंदर से खुशी मिलेगी. तो राकेश जी से मैंने फोन पे बात की. उन्होंने सेंटर पर किस तरह आना है वो मैप भी मुझे भेज दिया. और जब भी मैं मेहराबाद जाती थी, हमेशा राकेश भाई को बोलती थी मुझे बुकिंग करना नहीं आता है, आप एमपीआर का बुकिंग करवा दीजिए ना. और हमेशा उन्होंने मुझे मदद किया, इसलिए उनको हमेशा मैं थैंक्स बोलूंगी. और हर बार मैं जाके जैसे बुकिंग करती थी, फर्स्ट टाइम सेंटर पे मैं आई, तभी बाबा की जैसे फोटो मैंने देखी थी, ऐसे ही लग रहा था कि मैं इनको कहीं तो देखा है, लेकिन पता नहीं चल रहा था। फिर वहां मैंने मंगलवार को, गुरुवार को और संडे सेंटर पे आना चालू किया, क्योंकि बहुत अच्छा लगता था। मन में एक अलग टाइप की शांति मिलती थी, बहुत एनर्जी एहसास फील करती थी, मुझे बहुत एनर्जी मिली करके, जैसे मैं कुछ एनर्जी वहां से लेके जा रहे हो, ऐसा एहसास भी धीरे धीरे पहचान होने लगी। बार बार में मन में लगता था, कब ट्यूसडे आएगा, कब थर्सडे आएगा, कब संडे आएगा। और सेंटर पे आने का बहुत खिंचाव लगता था। बहुत मुश्किल था मुझे मलाड से ग्रांट रोड बाय लोकल जाना, ब्रिज चढ़ना, मेरे स्टिचेस पेन करते थे। मैं जल्दी फास्ट ट्रेन पकड़ती थी, और वो ट्रेन, जिससे वो ट्रेन ग्रांट रोड पे प्लेटफॉर्म नंबर 4 पर रुक जाती, तो मुझे वन टाइम स्टेप्स कम चढ़ने पड़ते थे। पता नहीं डे बाय डे मेरे में एनर्जी इतनी आती गई, मैं पूरा 1 घंटा ट्रेन में, लोकल ट्रेन में खड़ी रह के आती थी और खड़ी रहकर जाती थी। लेकिन मुझे कभी ऐसा हुआ नहीं कि मुझे कुछ तकलीफ हो रही, कुछ अच्छा लगता था और खुशी मिलती थी, और पेन भी नहीं लगता था फिर होता पेट में ऐसा स्टिचेस का। और हमेशा इंतजार करती थी सेंटर पर, कब जाऊँ कब जाऊँ। मुंबई सेंटर में मुझे सभी बाबा प्रेमाओं ने रिस्पेक्ट किया, बहुत प्यार दिया। मैं तो हमेशा कहती हूँ कि सब बाबा बाबा प्रेमी मिले, ये बाबा के तरफ से मुझे बहुत बड़ी अनमोल गिफ्ट है। सभी सेंटर वाले ने मुझे फैमिली का मेंबर जैसा व्यवहार किया, इसलिए सभी सेंटर के बाबा प्रेमियों को मैं दिल से थैंक्स कहूंगी। मेरे बाबा को भी मैं थैंक्स और शुक्रिया कहती हूँ कि इतनी बड़ी लवली फैमिली मुझे दे दी। बीच में मैं विनोद अंकल जी के वहां भी जाती थी सत्संग में, रोशनी के वहां भी जाती थी बहुत बार। जिमी अंकल के साथ में बस में मेहराबाद गई हूँ, उन्होंने भी मुझे बहुत हेल्प किया, तो उनको भी मैं थैंक कहना चाहती हूँ। और हमेशा मेरे लिए डायना आंटी है, सुनू बेन है, हुमाई है, अनायता, यास्मीन, काश्मीरा एक खड़े रहे, उन्होंने मुझे बहुत सपोर्ट किया, बहुत मुझे हिम्मत देते थे, इसलिए उनको भी दिल से मैं थैंक्स कहूंगी। और साम अंकल, आपको भी मैं दिल से थैंक्स कहती हूँ। मैं हमेशा आपसे बात करती थी, आपने उतने रिस्पेक्ट से मुझे समझाते थे, बातें करते थे, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगता था, इसलिए आपको भी मैं थैंक्स बोलती हूँ। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। और अभी मैं एक पोएम गा रही हूँ, उनके राइटर है गुलाब चंद पंचाल। दुनिया बदल भी जाए, कहीं तुम बदल न जाना। दुनिया बदल भी जाए, कहीं तुम बदल न जाना। मेरा सिर्फ एक तू है, कहीं तुम बदल न जाना। मेरे गुल सितार के मालिक, तेरा हर हुक्म है प्यारा। तेरे हर कदम पे सिजदा, तेरा हर कदम खुदा का। मेरा सर तेरे कदम पे, मुझे साथ लेके जाना। दुनिया बदल भी जाए, कहीं तुम बदल न जाना। तेरा गुल अगर है तेरा, उसे क्या खता किसी से। तेरा गुल अगर है तेरा, उसे क्या खता किसी से। मेरा ना खुदा है, मैं मेरे दिल का एक खजाना। मेरा ना खुदा है, मैं मेरे दिल का एक खजाना। दुनिया बदल भी जाए, कहीं तुम बदल न जाना। मेरा सिर्फ एक तू है, कहीं तू बदल न जाना। कीजिए। थैंक यू सैम अंकल।
Thank you बाबा को बोलने का, सैम अंकल को कुछ नहीं बोलने का। जो कुछ करते हैं बाबा करते हैं. May I request all the others also to please switch on their videos so that I can see your pretty faces, because अच्छा लगता है instead of talking to a wall, you know, सब blank names के सामने बात करने की वजह, it'd be nice if all of us saw each other. Thank you, Ram Nori. Jai Baba. iPhone Divine Plan. आ जाओ बराबर मैदान में.
जय बाबा सैम.
जय मेहर बाबा. This pretty girl कौन आ गई है? Janice.
जय बाबा.
निमेश जय बाबा. ओके. रीता कोहली जी, आपने ऑन किया था फिर भाग गई वापस. रुक गए क्या हमसे? अरे वाह, पेरिन जसुमनी आ गई. शाबाश. This lady, I must say, logs in every Thursday in spite of her time difference in Toronto. वहां से बैठ के यहाँ पे लॉग इन करती है. इनका और मेरा एक one thing we have in common is Eraj Jasawala. Am I right, Perin? So ये सिलसिला बहुत सालों से हमारा चलते आ रहा है, which is a very nice thing. By the way, रीता जी, हेलो. आज आप अनम्यूट आपका माइक चालू कीजिए. रीता जी, we would like you also to talk a little bit after a little while. Now I would like to, of course, our stalwart Mr. Jimmy Khan has come in also. Jai Baba Jamshed ji. See, I have been seeing this gentleman called Mr. Dattu Sridaran since a long time. He has been on most of our programs, and mostly he has this intellectual inclination where he discusses things with Cyrus and with Jimmy Modi and things like that. So, आज हमने उनसे रिक्वेस्ट की है to first introduce himself as to ये कहाँ पे रहते हैं, क्या करते हैं, and then to tell us कि बाबा के पास कैसे आए वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So over to Dattu साहब, please.
Thank you. Jai Baba.
जय मेहर बाबा sir.
I am 73 and I am a retired professor of microbiology from a medical college
अरे वाह.
in Bangalore, Ramaya Medical College, Bangalore. So post-retirement, I am attached to another institute for a sort of consultancy and gray hair solutions. So that is what is my career as such. I am a bachelor, and then I have quite a large family to manage also. So that's another aspect. So this is my personal idea. How did I come into spiritualism, and then how did Baba drag me into his fold is a story like. So till my age of 50, I was a sort of a rebel. So in attitude, so slightly leftist leaning at that time. And then I was not into the lot of rituals and religious process in the family also. So I was quite studious in the sense that I used to read a lot of things and all that. So when I became 50 years and accidentally one day I just walked into Bangalore Sriram Krishna Ashram. I don't know how I went in. I just was walking on the road and then just entered. That is my entry into real spiritualism. That is the starting point. He dragged me in, and then he was with me. He is still with me. So I started reading a lot of books on Sri Ramakrishna, and then Hindu philosophy, all the branches of Hindu philosophy. Here and there, I used to touch up, but then I am never a hardcore specialist in anything. But I know tidbits of everything, and I have my own path charted in that way. So after about 5-6 years into Ramakrishna Ashram, I was given a chance to become a ardent devotee by Mantra Diksha. So I prepared everything on the day of the Mantra Diksha. I went there with all my, say, Kanike to the Guru who is supposed to, say, give me the Mantra Diksha. But morning we came to know that he was sick and that program was cancelled. So I was not given Mantra Diksha by Sri Ramakrishna. Maybe he had his own divine plan, or Baba had some sort of a attraction for me, his soul. And so he kept me waiting. And then I did not get any chance to get into Mantra Diksha in Sri Ramakrishna Ashram. So after that, and maybe I also just left it that I am not destined for a spiritual, say, guru shishya relationship, total binding as such at that point of time. So that is my early phase of the journey. So this went on, and then about 5 years or 6 years back, so Baba came into me, or Baba invited me into his fold. A very, very matter of fact, technical or say business like thing. My nephew's son is an IT professional, and he was designing and maintaining some websites and all that. So he was qualified in that area. He is still qualified and then working on different aspects. So my another nephew who was deeply into Baba by that time, maybe about 5 years into Baba's Daman. So he just asked him to help an organization which is say running this Flow International magazine. So they had some issues on their website, and then he suggested my nephew's son to take up some work and then help them out and that. So he talked to
So what is the name of that gentleman?
Karthik.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So he is known to a lot of Baba lovers, and then he is in deep into Baba, say, literature, and I will come to the other details later. And he introduced him, my nephew's son, into this, what is this known as Beloved Archives website. So they have a lot of publications and selling of books, Baba related books. And then also the magazine Flow International, which comes quarterly all over the globe. So their website, he was trying to. So when he took up this job and he started talking to Karthik and all that, I came into the picture and he told me about all these things. What is it? I was curious to know all those things. And then Then gradually after a month or two, Karthik gave me one book to read. This is the book. So this is the advancing stream of life. It's a mystery, meaning and purpose, compiled from books by Meher Baba. It's a compilation of many chapters from Meher Baba, other books, lot of books. So this I started reading, and the chapter, I am basically a microbiologist, and my scientific drive was towards DNA and its activity. So I was a ardent believer that DNA is the ultimate answer for every question in life. So that changed after some time. Then said there are something beyond DNA, and DNA is at one level, and beyond that there are a lot of other things which decide how we act, and also what is our future, and what is the questions of we go through so many things in life, both pleasure and pain, which cannot be answered by DNA. So that was my mindset on the plane of my, say, retirement time. So I retired from my profession and left the DNA also together with that. So I wanted to go beyond DNA and then try to understand life in a different perspective, or a proper perspective. So he gave me this book, and then the chapter on, say, evolution, as Baba has put it across, starting with the stones to human form, that really interested me, and then took me into a lot of, say, grip into Baba's way of, say, telling us what is the process of evolution. So his gelling of the scientific evidence, or the scientific knowledge available, and the spiritual aspects together into the story of evolution, and then taking it further into, say, reincarnation and then involution, was a real eye-opener for me. So I started thinking on those lines and wanted to know more and more about that. And we had a lot of discussion with Karthik, who was already in a lot of other groups, and then he had quite well read on the literature of Baba and all that. So I used to have a lot of discussion with him. So that is how Baba came into me. And then after about a year or so, when Karthik, he was going to Mehrabad almost every month or twice a month, sometimes staying there for 10 days, like that. So he invited me to come with him, and then once he took me, all the expenses, everything, he said, I will look after everything. You just come with me, I will take you to Baba. So that was my first visit, and I have made 3 darshan visits of Baba till now. And my first visit was not very extraordinary or anything like that. But when I went to the Samadhi and then bowed at the Samadhi, there was a sort of emotion in me. I didn't cry, I didn't drop tears, but there was full of some energy, and I could not sort of talk to anyone afterwards. And then maybe half an hour, 1 hour, I was in some sort of a small dazed feeling. That is what the feeling I had on the first occasion. And on the second occasion, I really dropped some tears when I went into the Samadhi and then bowed to Baba. And that stay in the, say, MPR, and then the daily twice darshan, and maybe seeing a sort of a video in the evening, and then going into those library and looking at the different books there and all that, sort of introduced me into a different world. And also the pictures in the MPR. So all those pictures depicting parts of lives of Baba, they impressed me so much that I used to see them leisurely when I'm free and all that. So this is how Baba came into me, apart from what the reading of what the literature related to Baba. This was sort of a different thing, how Baba enters you into. So different people have a different type of, say, grasping or capability or their own, say, attachment with life and emotions and other things. So Baba catches on that avenues and then draws himself into you. That is how I feel. So whatever interests I had, so through those avenues, he sort of came into me. So it's not I who came to Baba, it is Baba who came to me. And gradually after this Corona episode, the first, say, quarantine started, we created a group, Karthik and another important person, Kamakoti Krishnamurti, and so many other people, even Ravi Errabolu, who attends our other meetings. So all of that, we all came together and then started a weekly satsang, sort of reading sessions on Saturday and Sunday in the morning, around 7:30 to 9 p.m. And this went on daily because of the quarantine. Everyone was at home and they didn't know other way of spending time. It was new to all of us, everyone, the first quarantine episode. So we thought this would be a nice idea to spend this time in learning Baba's messages, Baba's say deep sense of philosophy and all that. So we started with reading the ultimate book, God Speaks First. So we had one reading of God Speaks and followed it with discourses and finished both of them. Then we took up Vim. So that book also finished reading. And then reading means one of us used to read, and then wherever we thought of not understanding anything, we used to discuss, and then points of views from all of us will gel into, and then we used to have some sort of an idea going into our mind, or Baba driving it into us. That is the way we try to understand things. And this went on like that, and then we read a few other small literature books here and there and passages here and there. And then after we finished this, we thought, now we have opened our eyes to this literature. Let us slightly go deeper into it and study them slightly intensely, more importantly on different aspects. As we have the overall view now, let us go delve into it. So we had a second session of God Speaks. We read it through once again after for about 20 sessions or more. And then right now we are doing discourses halfway through. We are reading that. And then other books here and there. Whenever there is a reference needed to be connect to these books with other books, other literature of Baba, we discuss. And we have a WhatsApp group where we put up some ideas, whatever doubts we have, whatever say insights we get, we share amongst ourselves. That's how I came into the literature. Or Baba started driving his messages into all of us, and particularly me, because it is not I who has gone in search of Baba. It is Baba who has caught me. And now I feel why either Baba or Sri Ramakrishna stopped me from Mantra Diksha, because that's a different direction. It would have taken me into a different type of inquiry into spirituality. And I think they might have thought that I am not ready for that, or I am not suited for that, or they wanted me to learn Baba's literature with intense say effort now. So at this age, I read every day something or the other, and then last 3 months or maybe 4 months or 5 months. This Bombay Center programs have caught me. And every week I am there on all the 5 days or 6 days with Master Cyrus and then Sam Uncle and Jimmy. So these 3 programs, I don't almost miss anything unless I'm disturbed from family requirements or somebody drops in suddenly at that time. I may not be able to link into. So this is my story as such. And before this, I have read quite a bit of say Hindu philosophy, and my ideal the God or representation of God is Krishna, and I am still with the previous avatar Krishna and jumping into or being dragged out by Baba into the next avatar. So this avatar is more say there may be some confusion, some non-acceptance into whatever is explained by say in literature available in say other avatars say teachings for this day. Though we, as you know, that I was trained with, and I was a rebel earlier, and then I am scientifically rooted because there's a lot of questions that used to be always there. I was struggling to connect the technicalities or the scientific aspects with spirituality. So that bridge is really clearly put it across to me by Baba. That is the greatest I have achieved from Baba, because all my questions are one by one are being cleared by Baba. That is the way Baba has caught me into his fold. So I would like to remain with the Damanam Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Meher Baba. Dattu ji, Jai Meher Baba. Jimmy, I'm sure you'll have some questions for Dattu ji. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Dattu, are you convinced that Meher Baba is Lord Krishna? Are you
Yes,
convinced
yes.
beyond
Yes,
any
yes.
doubt?
Yes, I am convinced.
What
That's
gave
why
you
I
the
think
conviction?
he is very near to me. Krishna is far away, but Baba is very near to us.
Sir,
So
what
both
gave
are
you
the
that
same.
conviction? Dattu ji, what gave you that conviction?
No, when we read, I should say, a lot of Hindu literature and whatever, say, the scriptures, what we read, there are things which do not connect to us of this day. We get a lot of disconnections. We cannot agree on certain points. Maybe it was true at that time or for that age, what message was given. And the other aspect is the literature written down of a long time back, with so many people adding on their own ideas or diluting or reforming the essence of the message might have changed so many things. So Baba also talks on this. So whereas what we read from Baba is very relevant for the day, and he is able to understand or previously catch on our doubts and then directly answer them without our asking. So he takes on those issues that interests us very clearly. Graphically, we understand certain spiritual truths, and then that may lead beyond intellect to intuition. So that process I can feel here and now and then. So intellectually, I can analyze so many things and come to some sort of a conclusion or a doubt. At that point, something takes me out of that plane and then makes things very clear. That I feel is some sort of an intuitive process Baba induces in me.
Thank you very much, Dattu sir. Thank you.
Jimmy is talking. I am not unable to hear. Sir, you are not. You are muted. I am unable to hear you.
Jimmy.
Sorry.
Okay.
You should read Mayor Verma's story of her mother. She was also Krishna devotee.
Okay.
Mayor Verma.
Okay.
You should read her stories.
Okay. So my reading is God's speech, discourses, Vim, and then Lord Mayor 500 pages, first 500 pages. That's the only thing I have read. And here and there I have read a lot of different messages. Then keeps on reading it, but I have not done sort of a completion of any particular series of books. So the God willing, Baba willing, I can finish that in this Janma, I think.
If it is in your DNA, you will do it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. So Dattuji, I have a comment.
Yes.
This is Ram Nuri. So coming back to the scriptures, you're talking about, the problem I see, with myself is, I don't know ABCD of Sanskrit.
I
So-
also do not know. No.
So I'm reading all these, translated, in English versions, and they actually, there are a lot of Sanskrit words for which they cannot find a suitable word in English. So, and that changes the meaning. So they have retained a lot of it. Is if you take Bhagavad Gita, for example, all the shlokas are still the same, but it's the people who are reading it, interpreting it, they are different. I mean,
Yes,
even
yes.
with God Speaks, right? I mean, you see the discussions we have. So it's the same book, but different people have different interpretation of certain things. So all these things you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yes. That is a constant thing, because in duality we are many, but the reality is one. So to connect the duality with reality, there will be a lot of different shades, and then we need to prune them bring them into one, say, stream, and then reach the goal. So there will be a lot of differences, because even in our discussion group also, some feel love is the only essence required to reach Baba. There is no other need. But the other group says love is a part, and also you have to know about what is the essential, background of philosophy that Baba has pronounced. So Baba gives scope for both the ways. Ultimately, love may win over this, but to reach that pinnacle, we need to go through all these steps. So that is how there are a lot of groups are there, a lot of differences will be always be there, because we are in duality, and our sanskaras are so many different shades, and so through that we have to reach the ultimate goal of non-samskaric single entity, the reality. So each one has his own way. So goal is the same. Each one has his own path. That is what I feel.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
रीता कोहली, मैदान में आइए. Hello. Perin Jasumani, you're next. Are they there, or have they gone off to sleep, or what? Jai Baba.
She is coming on.
Ji, Jai Baba, Rita. Please unmute. Okay.
Yeah.
Rita ji, I know her comparatively quite recently. Yasmin Haradwala, could you please keep your phone steady or not move it all the time? Thank you. But her son, Piyush, and I are great friends. And I still remember one of the first times when Piyush had come to our center. और जब मैंने उनसे पूछा था कि हाउ डिड यू कम टू बाबा, तो इट वाज अ वेरी interesting way in which he was introduced to Baba. He has a hobby for mathematics. Piyush, am I right, Rita ji?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
तो एक दिन वो और उसके पिताजी दोनों कुछ एक they went to a bookstore and वो कुछ मैथ्स की किताबें देख रहा था and suddenly this book, I don't remember कौन सी किताब, do you know which book it was of Baba?
Which was the book, Bunny? Which was the book you saw? Baba? Yes. Huh? Sounds of Silence, he's saying. Sounds of Silence.
Ah, okay. Piyush is there?
No, he's just gone. He's gone out. Just now.
अच्छा.
I was asking, he's just gone out. Yeah. Sounds of Silence.
अरे उसको बोलो जरा हमें दर्शन देवे.
Next time.
Okay.
Next time.
ठीक है. तो that is how the whole silsila started. And I think I still remember एक time Jimmy Khan had organized this bus trip. और उसमें Rita ji and her husband joined us from Dadar. And that was their first visit. And as Baba would have it, वो group में there was a Parsi gentleman, I forget who it was, who was a great friend of Mr. Kohli. तो ये दोनों का चालू हो गया and they then kept talking about Meher Baba and all those things went on from there. Rita ji writes poems. She writes poems. And beautiful ones at that. She writes beautiful poems. Or
I'm not a good orator. I'm not a good orator.
doesn't matter. हमें कुछ oratory के competition में नहीं जाना.
I can write, but not
speak. हाँ. Doesn't matter. So please tell us your own experience about Baba.
No, this is the only experience we got from Piyush. We saw the book and we started going for the last 7-8 years. We have been going to Mehrabad so many times. We feel very nice, very nice. We have seen the Lord. That is the thing. And I have some lines I have written. I'm just repeating this as if I'm going to the tomb.
Haji, please go ahead.
This is the way to my Baba's shrine. A few miles away, I will see my supreme sublime. Oh divine, oh my divine. Step by step, in every stride, my heartbeat takes a ride to mark my attendance sign, to get overdrunk in his wine. As I approach near that tomb, my spirits get overzoomed to reach as fast as its altar, to go down under his shelter. As his silence enhance, I will go into trance. With this image of hearty throne, I will cherish, will back to his home, my home. But this is the 4 lines I'm saying.
Jai Meher Baba. Beautiful.
Jai Meher.
कभी WhatsApp पे डाल दीजिए so that everybody can have the pleasure of sharing it.
Thank you so much.
So what gave you the conviction that Meher Baba is God? Rita ji?
One or two things I was puzzled and I got the answer. So I thought he is the God. He is the God. Yeah.
कैसे?
Well, I can't explain. Yeah. So I can't explain.
If it is too private, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's a person. Yeah.
Okay, personal. ठीक है.
Yeah, it's a person. So I thought, that's all.
Haji. Anybody else? Our champion, Mr. Menosh Mehta, is also here today. Mr. Mehta, may we have your darshan, please?
Yes, Mr. Patel.
आओ मैदान में आओ.
Yes, tell me, sir, what can I do for you?
I'm
Baba.
done already. I'm done and dusted.
I have nothing to share, Sam, today actually.
Kaini, just talk about whatever topics we have been talking and discussing or whatever. Archana Grover, you're next. So
Sam,
go ahead.
may I come in, Sam?
Please do.
Rita's husband was with her at Mehrabad. This happened in the dining room. Once after dinner, he thought, Rita's husband, that there should be some sweet dish over here. There is no sweet dish.
Areva?
And the moment he thought this, a man comes with pieces of cakes or some sweet dish and puts it at the table and says, please, everyone have it, enjoy it. He said, I was so thrilled that from where did sweet dish come in MTR?
See, this is our Mayor Baba. In places up north, especially Dehradun, they call him Turat Furat Avatar. Idhar bole, idhar dikhate. Idhar bole, idhar dikhate. They call him Turat Furat Avatar. So that is what it is. Okay, Archana or Venos or anybody wants to come in. This is an open session. Anybody else wants to come in? There are some.
Archana will help me gather my thoughts. I get very nervous when I come before Sam.
Who is this?
Vernosh.
Hello?
Archana.
Sam,
हाँ जी।
what did you do to Mernosh?
उसको एक जुलाब दिया था. Okay.
So, Sam, let if Archana is speaking, otherwise I think I have something which I can share with everybody.
Please do. Please go ahead. Go ahead. Venos, Archana will take her own sweet time, I'm sure.
Okay. So this is a story which I read this week, and I will be happy to share it with all of you. You may have also heard about it or read it, and if you have, please excuse me, but I just find it very interesting, and therefore I just thought I will share it with all of you. This is regarding Mansari. Mansari went to Baba. I think it happened during this month, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So this is a story from that Dattu has shared about Mansari. It's a beautiful story, and it happened in October 1949, just before Baba had set out for the new life. So Baba visited Upper Mehrabad just before he set out for the new life with his companions. And this was on the 16th of October 1949, he started the new life. So he visited Upper Mehrabad to visit Mansari and the other families that were there. And while he was there, during the few hours that he was there, he conveyed to Mansari, wherever I may go physically, I am definitely here on the hill always. Remember this well. So he told Mansari that wherever I go, I will always be here with you on the hill. He also gave her some staffs, which are basically your wooden sticks, and told her that she should use them to break the head of anyone who came at night. So we may all recollect that Mansari, the brave lady that she was, she used to live as per Baba's orders on the hill, and she was, of course, given the orders never to cross we never go beyond the railway tracks while going down the hill. And Mansari lived all her life, and in those days, till I think about 1982, there was no electricity, or even after that.
Always does that. She knows on Thursday.
Sorry, somebody.
Yes, Geeta, any problem? Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Menosh.
Haji. So Baba had instructed her never to go down the hill. So she lived there, and some of the old timers may recollect that Mansari used to be responsible for the samadhi. She would open the samadhi doors with a lantern in her hand, and in the evening, just before the arati, she would some of the other people put up the lanterns in the evening area outside the samadhi. So Baba gave her these big sticks and said to beat and to break anybody's head who came at night. This was his order. Mansari replied, "You are here, who would dare to come?" Baba did not answer, but simply repeated the instruction once again. 10 months later, Mansari was staying in the outer part of the cage room on Mehrabad Hill, which is her room on Mehrabad Hill. And Baba, of course, was long gone into the new life for a couple of years. So one day in August 1950, when she was going into her room, she had a strange feeling that someone was inside. After entering, she checked the inner and outer rooms with her small lantern. Finding nothing, she went to bed. About midnight, however, disturbed in her sleep by the feeling that something was at the base of her neck, something cold and soft like a piece of rubber. Half awake, she brushed it aside and went back to sleep. Remember that Mansari was all alone on the hill, no electricity, just lanterns. A little later, she woke up with the same feeling. She got out of the bed, thinking that there was a small lizard in her blanket. When she shook it out, something dropped on the floor. She lit the lantern and found that it was a small cobra. Frightened, she went inside and got a short stick from the firewood and started beating the cobra, but the snake eluded her attack and began to climb up her cot. Mansari had totally forgotten about the long staffs Baba had given her, and with that short stick, her frantic chase continued. At last, she killed the cobra and threw it outside on the grass that had grown around. Exhausted, she lay down on her bed and fell asleep. But about 2 a.m., she woke up to see Baba sitting at the end of her bed. He was intently looking at her throat, but not at her face. Now, mind you, Baba was in the new life and during this period, and here she sees its vision. She sees of Baba. At about 2 a.m., she woke up to see Baba sitting at the end of her bed. He was intently looking at her throat, but not at her face. She wanted to speak to him, but found that she could not. From 2 a.m. until 5 a.m., she saw Baba at the foot of her bed each time she woke up. She even rubbed her eyes to make sure that she wasn't dreaming, but Baba's expression and position did not change at all. He kept on looking at her throat. In the end, she saw his figure slowly fade away. For the next 11 nights, a strange thing happened. Each night she would come across another cobra of the same size, perhaps the mate of the one that was killed. It seemed to Mansari that the snake was seeking revenge. This frightened her to such an extent that on the 12th day, she stood before Baba's picture and sincerely prayed to him. Baba, she said, Baba, it is too much for me to bear any longer. Either the cobra should kill me or I should beat it to death. To Mansari's surprise, from that day onwards, the mate of the cobra did not appear again. Mansari told Baba the entire story in detail after the completion of his new life when he asked her if anything special had happened to her during that time. When she finished, Baba gestured, "Are you convinced now of what I told you earlier about my being here always, irrespective of the fact that I may physically be present or not?" What could Mansari reply? Her facial expression portrayed that she was more than convinced about what Baba had said. So this is this beautiful story which just shows to all of us that Baba is there with us always. And when you call out to him, the reply is instantaneous. He does not require any medium to communicate with us in any ways. And this is one. I'm just trying to see if I have something else which I can share with you all. I read it. Our dear Bal Natu.
Geeta, do you want to say something? Okay, Manoj, go ahead.
Sam, somebody wants to say something?
No, it's okay.
Okay, just give me 2 minutes.
Request everybody to put your mics on mute because it disturbs the speaker, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Janice. So this is a little write-up that I came across on Bal Nattu, and it's a very long write-up because we don't have that much time to share, but I'll share a small part of Bal. This has been written by somebody, I think a Baba lover by the name of Frank, on Bal Nattu's, passing away in I think the year 2003, October 2003. And he writes, the last of the several remembrances of our dear friend Bal Nattu was held on Friday at the confluence of the three sacred rivers about 30 kilometers outside Pune. A group of about 15 family members and Bal's friends gathered there to spread his ashes in the depths of the placid waters. It was a happy and peaceful event, as were all moments this past week that began with Bal's blissful union with his beloved Meher Baba. Beginning with the ringing telephone at 2 a.m. on October 7th, 2003, announcing Bal's passing, most of the residents hastened to Mandli Hall in Merazar to bid farewell to this dearest of friends. The atmosphere in Mandali Hall that night can only be described as joyful and serene, as many told Balaji's stories and reflected how this quiet, gentle man influenced their lives in countless ways. Few tears were shed, and even those were tears of joy and happiness that Bal's long 84 years of service to his beloved finally culminated in Mukti, as promised to Bal by Baba himself in 1947. All gathered there commented on the sweet smile on Bal's face that seemed to grow wider as the hours passed, and his partially opened eyes that offered one last fond embrace to all there. Indeed, he seemed so lifelike that many knelt beside him and spoke to him lovingly as if he were still in the body. At 9 a.m., the ambulance was brought to carry Bal to the Samadhi for one last darshan at Baba's feet. Yet another gathering at Mandali Hall in Mehrabad followed this, as crowds of villagers, workers, and pilgrims were joined by the residents to pay their final respects. From there, the procession assembled at the cremation grounds to witness the consumption by flames of that weak and frail body that had housed this gentle and loving soul for many illness-prone years. Bal has left us a body of written work in the Glimpses series and the several books recording stories of Baba lovers' journey to their beloved. But most of all, he gave us the Conversation series, in which his humanity, humility, and even doubts and apprehensions were exposed for all to see. His journey and struggle, as described in the Conversations, reflects our own intimate and unique relationship with beloved Baba. Those of us who had the privilege of working and associating with Bal over the years know how much Meher Baba relied on Bal and turned to him for important on such books as God Speaks, God to Man, Man to God, and the many journals and articles published through the years. Bal was also Baba's emissary at numerous functions throughout India, at which he spoke eloquently and lovingly. This is what Baba told Bal on that April day in Madras in 1947. Summoned by Adi Senior, Bal entered the room, and without any introduction, Baba gestured to him, "You will have liberation, but let your love flow on ceaselessly, like a stream down a mountain on its way to the ocean. Obstructions there will be, of pleasures and pain. Pass by these as passing phases. There will be flowers and thorns by the bank and in the flow. Do not get attached. Do not get affected. Go on and on and on, and let the stream become a river. Doubts may assail you. Roll on. Flow on to me, the ocean. Worry not, fear not. I am the ocean of love. Now go and have a cup of tea. The stream that is Bal Natu has now become the river and merged with the ocean of unending bliss. We, his friends and companions, shall miss his company, but our joy knows no bounds that he has completed the journey. Well done, and Godspeed, dearest Balaji, from all your friends whose lives you enriched for so many years. This is a very touching account of Balaji and what he has achieved with Baba. And of course, there is this little prayer that Balaji had written, which says, "O Awakener, let your presence fill my being, and your name my breath. Let your light guide my day, your wish and your wish my way. Avtar Meher Baba ki Jai."
Thank you, Menosh. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Sam, thank you.
I am, whilst he was narrating all these things, I am reminded of our good old Mansari ji. I would like to...
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have something interesting which I can share on Balaji if you allow me.
Briefly, Menosh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very briefly. So someone asked Bal what Baba's sign for him was, and he replied by saying that he was so insignificant that Baba did not have a sign for him. However, Bal did say that in the early years when he would come to be with Baba, Baba would make the sign for milking a cow to indicate his arrival. This was so that Pendu would order milk because Bal could not eat the usual food. Then one day Baba made the sign to Bal that he was cracked, Baba's sign for mad. And Bal said something like, "Okay, Baba, whatever you say." Baba called the mandli into the hall, told them all, "Bal is crack." Baba then looked at him lovingly and gestured, "But there is a place for you here." The room in which Bal eventually came to stay was next to Mandali Hall, and Balaji always felt that its location was personally significant in light of Baba's invitation to him that day in the hall. Balaji was meticulous in his work. No detail was too small for him, in which he did not take Baba's name, and his focus on Baba was always continuous. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Menosh, do you remember the incidents where Bal Natu and Sahib Azmi?
Yes.
Can you narrate that, please?
So this is the story, I think, which comes out of the 1958 Savas.
हिंदी में बोलो या आप जरा हिंदी में बोलिए.
हिंदी में बोलिए, ठीक है.
थोड़ा मिक्स हाँ.
So ये 1958 के सवास, 1958 सवास की बात है. Sahib Azmi was a great poet. He belonged to Pakistan, and he was invited to be a part of the 1958 सवास. 1958 के सवास में उनको भी बुलाया गया था. वो पाकिस्तान से भारत आए थे और ट्रेन में ये अहमदनगर जा रहे थे, आई थिंक मुंबई से ही, और रास्ते में शोलापुर में बालाजी से उनकी मुलाकात होती है. बालाजी took the train from Sholapur to Ahmednagar. So उनकी वहाँ मुलाकात होती है. I don't know if it's Sholapur or any other station, but they met in between, and they were chatting happily about Baba and about the Savas. And Sahib Azmi was so thrilled to be with Baba. बहुत उनके दिल में बहुत खुशी थी, क्योंकि बाबा को वो इंसान के रूप में अल्लाह, इस रूप से वो मानते थे बाबा को. और एक मुसलमान देश में, एक इस्लामी देश में किसी को इस तरह से मानना यानी खतरे से खाली नहीं होता है. मगर साहिब आज़मी उसका बाबा के ऊपर बहुत प्रेम था और बाबा का भी बहुत उसके ऊपर प्रेम था। तो ये दोनों बात करते हुए हैदराबाद आते हैं, सहवास का कार्यक्रम शुरू होता है और अचानक बालाजी ने देखा कि ये साहिब आसमी जो इतना मेरे साथ जो अभी आया था, इतना रास्ते में बोल रहा था, इतनी सारी बातें कर रहा था, ये अचानक मेहराबाद में इतना मौन कैसे हो गया, इतना शांत कैसे हो गया। ये सामने आता है तो एक्नॉलेज भी नहीं कर, नॉट इवन एक्नॉलेजिंग माय प्रेजेंस। तो उन्होंने पूछा साहिब से कि भाई ये क्या, तुम क्या कहना, ये क्या कर रहे हो तुम, का कारण क्या है। और तभी साहिब आसमी ने कहा कि ये जगह जो है, इस जगह के हर जर्रे में, जर्रा यानी उसको उर्दू में कहते हैं हर कण में, यानी इस जमीन के हर कण में, इस जमीन के हर कण में, यहाँ के जर्रे जर्रे पे सातवां आसमान झुकता है। The seventh heavens bow down to every single piece of the of earth, of this place, and therefore I have, he said in as many words that I have no other interest but to completely make myself, merge myself into this environment. यहाँ के जर्रे जर्रे पे सातवां आसमान झुकता है। और फिर साहिब ने कहा कि मेरे पास बोलने के लिए और कुछ रहा नहीं है। बाबा ने ऑफकोर्स उनको स्टेज पे बुलाया था, सावास पे साहिब आसमी को सबके सामने उनको इंट्रोड्यूस किया था। बाबा ने उनकी बड़ी तारीफ भी करी थी। तो ये दिस इज द स्टोरी ऑफ साहिब एंड बालाजी।
Thank you, Manoj. So now we know the importance of Mehrabad, Mehrazad. For those of us who can perceive, who can feel, यहाँ के जर्रे जर्रों में सातवां आसमान झुक रहा है, and that is a fact. Not everybody can feel it. Some of us वो महसूस कर सकते हैं, the fortunate ones. Dilshad Kapadia, can you hold your question for a little while, please?
Most certainly.
Thank you. अब जो मैं दो instances बताने जा रहा हूँ, anecdotes. One is about how Mansari came to Meher Baba. The second is how Mansari ji finally, in her final days, how she merged into Baba. और उस दरमियान बीच में उन्होंने एक दिन मुझे पकड़ के कैसे फायरिंग दी थी, वो भी मैं बता दूंगा। मंसारी जी का नाम मंसारी क्यों रखा गया? बिकॉज बाबा सिस्टर वाज आल्सो मनी, और ये भी, इनका भी नाम मनी था, बट शी वाज फ्रॉम नवसारी, सो बाबा ने इनका नाम मंसारी रख दिया। एंड ऑल्सो गुजराती में it goes on to mean Mani Sari. She is good at heart. She was very, क्या कहते हैं, not hot tempered. Yes, hot tempered, very outspoken. Baba had given her a nickname Tikku Marchu. Mirchi के जैसे तिखी थी वो. She would always call spade a spade. इनके सामने कोई नखरा नाटक नहीं कर सकता था। या तो it was black or it was white. There was no grays in front of her. तो जब ये मंसारी छोटी थी, बच्ची थी, she suffered from a funny kind of a skin disease कि जिसमें उसके सारे बदन पे फोड़े हो गए थे, big boil like things. I don't know what it's called medically, but वो सब हो गए थे. And they tried, all the doctors in Navsari. Then she was also brought to Mumbai for all the famous doctors in Bombay in those times, and they all washed their hands off. They said कि भाई इसका कुछ इलाज हो नहीं सकता है। सो मंसारी ने अपने मन में ठान लिया था कि अब मेरी जो जिंदगी है मैं अकेले में बिताऊंगी। I will not go to any school because the children will tease me this, that and the other. मुझे किसी से कुछ लेना देना नहीं है, मैं अपनी जिंदगी अपने आप बसर कर लूंगी। She had an uncle, सोराब जी देसाई। उनको इस पे बहुत प्रेम था, तो उन्होंने एक दिन उससे कहा कि देख मैं बम्बई जा रहा हूं और एक बहुत ही आला दर्जे के उनसे मुझे मिलना है, तो क्यों नहीं तू भी साथ में आती है। वी कैन ऑलवेज आस्क हिम फॉर हेल्प। पहले तो मंसारी ने बिल्कुल मना कर दिया, बोली आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड। एंड देन व्हेन शी हर्ड दिस नेम मेहर बाबा, शी सेड भाई मैं कोई बाबा फाबा में मानती नहीं हूँ, मुझे इसमें कुछ नहीं चाहिए। आई एम अ स्ट्रॉन्ग ज़ोरास्ट्रियन एंड आई विल स्टिक टू दैट। फिर भी कैसे वैसे करके उनको लेके आते हैं और देन शी इज ब्रॉट एंड उनके अंकल बाबा के पास अंदर जाके मिलने जाते हैं। मंसारी इज नॉट गोइंग इन, शी इज स्टैंडिंग एट द थ्रेशोल्ड। वो दरवाजे के एंट्रेंस पे खड़ी है, चुपचाप से सब माजरा देख रही है कि भाई व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन वेयर वगैरह वगैरह। फिर थोड़ी देर बाद बाबा ने उनको इशारा करके बुलाया, तो वेरी हेजिटेंटली, झिझकते हुए मंसारी बाबा के सामने आई और बाबा ने पूछा कि ये सब क्या हो गया है तुझे। तो फ्रैंक एज शी वाज, शी सेड वो मेरा प्रॉब्लम है, आपको इसमें क्या लेना देना है, आई डोंट वांट टू डिस्कस अबाउट इट। तो बाबा ने कहा ठीक है, तू तू बहुत भड़क मत जा। अगर मैं तेरी ये बीमारी टाल दूं तो क्या तू मुझे फॉलो करने लगेगी। शी सब के देखिए मिस्टर बाबा, whosoever you are, ना तो मुझे कुछ आप में इंटरेस्ट है, ना तो मुझे आपको कोई फॉलो करना है, और ना तो मुझे ये बीमारी से निकलना है। आपको कुछ करने की जरूरत नहीं है। आई एम ओके द वे आई एम। एंड द अंकल एंड शी बोथ लेफ्ट एंड देन शी गोज ऑफ टू अपना नवसारी एंड अपनी लाइफ बसर कर रही है। वन फाइन मॉर्निंग शी नोटिसेस कि उसके सारे बदन से बीमारी चली गई। अब मंसारी की ट्यूबलाइट चमकी कि ये तो मेहर बाबा ने ही किया है। सो शी टेल्स हर अंकल कि ये आप जो मुझे ले गए थे मेहर बाबा के पास, उन्होंने मेरी ये पूरी बीमारी निकाल दी है, तो आई वुड लाइक टू गो एंड थैंक यू। So then, of her own accord, she comes with her uncle again to visit Baba. और बड़ी खुश होके बाबा के पास जाती है, हाथ जोड़ के उनको थैंक यू वगैरह कहती है। एंड शी इज गोइंग ऑन टॉकिंग, बड़बड़ बड़बड़, चाइल्ड ना, आफ्टर ऑल शी वाज अ वेरी यंग गर्ल, सो बड़बड़ कर रही है। अचानक शी नोटिस a few boils on बाबा's hand. बाबा के खुद के शरीर पे उसने वो देखे। फटाक से उन्होंने बाबा से पूछा ये क्या। तो बाबा ने हंस के कहा कि तेरे पूरे बदन से निकाले तो एक आध दो मेरे पे रह गए हैं। She got angry. उसने कहा बाबा मुझे ये सब नहीं चाहिए, I don't want you to suffer with these boils and stuff like that. आप मुझे मेरा वापस दे दीजिए, लेकिन ये यहाँ से ये आपका निकाल दीजिए। ये आर्ग्यूमेंट दोनों की चलती रही फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम। बाबा के बोलते हैं रहने दे, अभी कोई बात नहीं, नहीं मैं जो कहती हूँ वही कीजिए, आप ये निकाल दीजिए और मेरे को मेरी जो भी बीमारी है वापस दे दीजिए, आई एम हैप्पी विद इट। आखिर में बाबा ने उसको कहा कि चल, लेट अस बोथ रीच अ कॉम्प्रोमाइज, तेरी भी बीमारी दूर और मैं भी यहाँ से निकाल देता हूँ, क्या तू आके मेरे साथ रहने को तैयार हो जाएगी? पता नहीं what made her say, she said yes, and that is how that सिलसिला of hers started. वो अपने बोरिए बिस्तर लेके आ गई and बाबा placed her at अपर मेहराबाद, वहाँ पे एक छोटी सी इसमें वो रहती थी, and she was a unique lady, if I may say. एक अद्भुत औरत थी जिनकी कैरेक्टर वॉज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग। फिजिकली शी वॉज वेरी शॉर्ट, स्मॉल स्ट्रक्चर, लेकिन वेरी तिखी मिर्ची, यू नो, वो किसी को भी, आई हैव सीन हर फायर टेड जडसन, वो बेचारा इतना लंबू और ये इतने छोटे, तो वो टेड नील डाउन करके उनको माफी मांग रहा था वगैरह वगैरह, एंड शी वाज फायरिंग हिम। व्हाई? बिकॉज वो बाबा की समाधि पे जब वो कुछ रिपेयर हो रहा था तो शी फाउंड कि भाई इट इज नॉट हैपनिंग इन रिस्पेक्टफुल मैनर वगैरह वगैरह। तो ये थे हमारे मंसारी। नाउ टुवर्ड्स द एंड ऑफ अ टाइम वो बहुत बीमार होती है, और एक दिन in towards the last few days she expressed a desire, एक उन्होंने इच्छा व्यक्त की कि मुझे थोड़ा ब्रांडी पीना। तो जेम्स कॉक्स जो वहां पे was a resident at that time, he managed to get the best of the brandy, courvoisier करके एक बहुत एक्सपेंसिव कॉन्यक ब्रांडी होता है, तो वो बेचारा वो सब लेके आया और मंसारी को बोला, तो मंसारी ने बोला मुझे एक चम्मच पिला। तो वो एक चम्मच जेम्स ने उनके होठों से जबान पे डाले, उन्होंने पिया, एंड देन शी मेड दिस साइन, शी सेड कि दिस इज नथिंग कंपेयर्ड टू व्हाट बाबा हैड गिवन मी वंस। उसका जो टेस्ट था और इसका, इसमें बहुत जमीन आसमान का फर्क है। सो दैट इज व्हाट मंसारी इज ऑल अबाउट। एक दिन क्या हो गया था, थ्रू माय फॉर्च्यून और मिसफॉर्च्यून, उन्होंने मुझे वहां दूर कंपाउंड में सिगरेट पीते हुए पकड़ा था। मुझे जो झाड़ा था उन्होंने 25 दफे मैंने उनको सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी, अरे सॉरी यानी क्या, सॉरी यानी क्या, तेरे को कैसे माफ करने का है, तेरे को शर्म नहीं है, कौन सी जगह पे खड़ा है, ये वो दिस दैट, बहुत कुछ बोल दिया। तो दिस इज व्हाट मंसारी इज ऑल अबाउट। मन की सारी, शी वाज वेरी गुड एट हार्ट, बट शी कॉल्ड अ स्पेड। किसी को भी वो, she wouldn't spare anybody. किसी के भी साथ पंगा लेने के लिए she was always ready. She loved dogs. अकेली रहती थी वो हिल पे, तो बहुत सारे कुत्ते रखती थी फॉर कंपनी। तो जब बाबा एक टाइम आए तो उन्होंने देखा कि भाई ये तो कुत्तों की कॉलोनी बन रही है, तो देन ही टोल्ड हर कि मंसारी तो ये क्या कर रही है, इतने सब कुत्ते, तो बोली क्या करूं, अभी दे आर मल्टीप्लाइंग। तो बाबा ने कहा बस हमेशा तो कोई चार कुत्तों को रखना, 4 से ज्यादा कुत्ते यहाँ पे नहीं रखना। सो देन शी फॉलो दैट। और एक समय की बात है जब मैं वहां पे हाजिर था एट द समाधि, और वन ऑफ हर डॉग्स, उसको वो रेबीज, कुत्तों को जो बीमारी होती है ना, रैबिट, तो कुत्ता बीमार हो गया था और वहां पे एक उस जमाने में वो प्रथा थी कि somebody would come and hit the dog and kill him so that he doesn't spread the disease anymore. तो किसी ने वो कुत्ते को मारा और वो कुत्ता कू 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 करते 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 समाधि के थ्रेशोल्ड पे पहुंचा और वहां पे जाके उसने वो अपनी जान छोड़ दी. And Mansari picked up that dog और मारू बच्चू मेरा बच्चा ऐसे करते करते रोने लगी. This I remember seeing. So this is all about Mansari ji. Now, Dilshad, you had a question, I remember. Are you there?
Jai Baba Sam uncle.
हाँ जी, जय बाबा.
I loved the part of explanation of Mansari, Mannisari. That is that is what I heard for the first time. Thank you. Baba had given this instruction for her to not cross the railway line.
जी.
So even till the very end, she did not go to Mirazar or anywhere else.
No. Except Baba had made one or two exceptions कि भाई if she had to visit a dentist. और ऐसे कुछ दो या तीन exceptions थे. Beyond that, she never went. And once I argued with her, okay, why don't you come to visit Jal's place? Jal is not beyond the railway line. So she said, Hushyari na mar, don't try to act smart. What Baba meant was not to leave this Samadhi ki ird-gird ki jagah. So she wouldn't even go to Jal's house. That's how she.
Yeah. So much of surrenderance and obedience.
Absolutely, 100%.
Sam uncle, on a lighter note, you didn't tell what fault you did so that she dhamkaed you.
I was caught smoking by her. I said that.
I thought as much. Okay, my question earlier was to, as such a clarification I am seeking to Manosh when he was talking about Bal Natu. If I mistake not, Bal Natu has brought out a series with the word awakener, and if you can throw some light on that, a series of publications.
That is right, yes.
So if Manosh or anyone can throw some light on that, I thought it would be interesting to know.
Ilshad, Bal Natu has come up with a series of books called The Glimpses of the God-Man. So that is in various volumes. Basically, it is an account, his personal account, witnessed by him of Baba's travels across India from 1948 to about 1954-55, which includes his must trips, includes his visits to Andhra and Hamirpur. So that is, and he was there and he sort of kept a diary of all those visits. And the other series that he has brought about is The Convert. So which he has written. It's like conversing with Baba, conversing with God. And there are multiple additions to the conversation series. So there is a conversations, there is a intimate conversations, there is more conversations, and then there is flowing conversations. So there are 3-4 of those series, and then he has written many other books called Our Constant Companion, Showers of Grace. These are basically stories about how people came to Baba and what made them follow him and love him and accept him as the avatar. So they're basically short stories which he has compiled.
Thank you so much, Manosh. While on the point, AW, whenever it is referred to, would be Awakener. And what are those series?
Awakener, you mean, I have not come across any book written by Balaji. I may be wrong on title The Awakener. Awakener, basically there was an Awakener magazine that used to come out in the very early days as per Baba's wish. So perhaps there could be references from those magazines, because that magazine used to detail out Baba's work and journey during the very early days, and wherever he would travel and whatever he said, whatever discourses he gave, that magazine used to sort of detail that out. So it could probably mean that.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, Mirna.
I still remember apna center ke Cyrus Khambata. He is very fond of this series of Balnathu's conversations with God and this and that. And the peculiarity of this series of books is they're not very thick, they're the thin books. कि उसमें बाबा का नाम नहीं आता है. I spoke to him and then he told me this and that, and you know, it is such a beautifully flowing conversations, and the books are really worth reading. They're really worth reading. That is all I can say.
One such at a friend's place, and except for somewhere around Baba's picture in the background, there is no mention, and it's a very lucidly written book.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Mr. Jimmy Khan?
Yeah, talking about Bal, he was a school teacher, and Baba told him that during all your, I think he must have been a bachelor. So Baba told him that during all your vacations, you can come and stay at Merazar. So every vacation, Bal would not go anywhere else except Merazar. Then when he retired from school, permanently came and became a resident Manli. So I thought I'll add this. And one common thing between Bal and Baba was they both had very delicate tummy, both of them. Bal suffered a lot because of that, and so did Baba. I thought I'll share this.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks a lot. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay.
Sam?
Haji, sorry.
Since you were requesting me to say something, may I read a little thought that I had penned down some years back?
Yes.
If it's all right with you. Okay. So I call it a thought. Let us slowly start unfolding the spiritual self which resides within each of us. Together, let us close our eyes and experience the divine symphony of Meher Baba's love. Love needs to be kindled and rekindled in the abysmal darkness of selfish thoughts, selfish words, and selfish deeds. Let us die to the self to live in God. Let us become completely void inside to be completely possessed by Him. It is this complete emptiness that will absorb us in the infinity of God. Let the music stir compassion within you for Him who resides in each of us. Infuse it with spirituality and open the window to let the divine light in. Let Baba's words of I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am neither this nor that, I am God, transmit each of us to the realms of spirituality and complete surrender to the Ancient One. Let His grace descend upon all humanity. Jai Baba.
That's beautiful, Archana.
Jai Baba.
Beautiful. Jai Baba.
Beautiful, Archana. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Jai Baba.
May I have a word?
Please, Dattu ji.
Archana ji had asked a question in the comment section, I think in chat section. I just saw that now. So her question was, what is the essential difference that I found in Baba's messages or way of teaching us spirituality than the earlier avatars are the literature in the different religions. So I can't speak of other religions, but Hinduism, what I found was they are all in the sort of similes or in stories. The essence of the teaching does not easily come out to all the people in equal terms or in clarity, because only those who can read the core of the thing, maybe they will get some insight. But that too, it is very difficult to go to the depths and realize the self in all this literature, because they are enmeshed in lot of stories and Puranas and other Shastras and all that. But in case of Baba, each of his message is so clear, it could be understood by many of the people so easily, and it was relevant to the occasion, and also examples were related to our lifetime experiences. Those things make the people grasp, and Baba grasps them with this attitude or this way of teaching. So that is what I found the difference between what I had learned earlier and what I am learning through Baba. Jai Baba.
Thank you, sir. Jai Baba. Now we shall have a closure to this program. But before we do that, मैं एक रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि अगले गुरुवार के लिए मिस्टर रजनीकांत मिस्त्री, नमिता हेबले, I'm just picking up names by random, Sarojini Kate, Neelam Goyal, ये सब लोग prepare yourselves to talk about your coming to Baba, so that we can share it on this platform. May I now request Bhikkhu Setna to start with a short dhun and then do the aarti. Menos, you want to say something?
No, Sam, I just wanted to just say thank you to Baba for creating this beautiful forum every Thursday at the center, and now of course online, where his presence is constantly being felt, and by people sharing their little anecdotes and stories of how they came to Baba. It just brings everyone closer to Baba, and we should ensure that we continue this going forward as well. So thank you to Baba, and thank you to you for what you are doing. Thank you. Jai Baba.
आखिर तुमने मुझे रुला दिया.
No, Sam, you know the fact that I have always been I've always enjoyed sitting with you on Thursday at the center, and now of course online I rarely get the time, but today I have a little time, so I'm with you guys. But I truly, truly enjoy it, because I just feel Baba's presence every time we do this. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Keep up the good work. Thank you.
May Baba bless us all. Bhikkhu.
Yes, Sam.
चल बाबा, दुकान बंद करने का
बाबा
टाइम हो गया. हाँ, चलो शुरू करो.
अवतार में हर बाबा की जय, 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 अवतार में हर बाबा की जय. उठावे नार जहलती कर खुद रत्न परमातु लागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूर ईमातु हयामुर्शद मेहर बाबा चरण पर सूजना धरिए सर उदाना जात थीवा के पथैले ओ मेहर मातू तुझे मालिक हकीकत नो तू आशे बीने आरे भी तुझे दरी या ये वहदत मारे पतनो होई तू पातू
एक मगे
ज्ञान इज्जत के तुझ पर महात्मा ज्ञानी छने मो तारे इरफातू खुदाना प्रेम नो प्यालो पिलावे मस्त हमने कर तुझ पर जान सदके साकिया सीधे पैमातू हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदा ऐ मेहर बाबा है निगे बातू हमारा ना खुदा ऐ मेहर बाबा है निगे बातू बुझावे नार जहलकनी कर खुद रत्न परमातु लागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूर ईमातु अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। दोस्तों, whilst we part, all I can say is take Baba with you. Take Baba with you and keep him with you all the time. All the time. Avar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, everybody. Jai Baba.
Thank you.
Janice.
Yes,
Adi,
Uncle. Shall I end the meeting for all?
Unless anybody wants to say something, anybody wants to say anything? Okay.
Okay.
End
Ji.
it. Jai Meher.
I'll end it, yes. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Stay safe. Take care. Baba Nigeban.
Hi,
Avtar
Shabas.
Nigeban.
Baba Nigeban is the right word.
Yes.
Thank
Baba
you,
Nigeban.
Janice. Thank you.
Ji. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai.
Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. Avtar Meher Baba ki jai.